So hi guys, today we are going to discuss Leetcode problem of the day, contiguous array. So what is given in this array? Basically a binary array will be given and we have to find the maximum length of a contiguous subarray with an equal number of 0 and 1. Okay. So first I'll tell you what is a subarray. So if we are given an array, for example 1 2 3 4, then 1 2 3 will be its subarray, 3 4 will be its subarray, 2 3 4 will be its subarray, but 1 2 3 1 2 4 will not be its subarray. Okay, why? Because subarray is basically the contiguous part of an array, but in this first we are taking 1 2, then we are avoiding 3, and then we are again taking 4, so it has a discontinuity at second index. Okay, so subarray is basically refers to the contiguous part of an array. So 1 2 4 will not be a subarray, and 2 4 will also be a is not a subarray, and what we can say that 1 comma 3 comma 1 comma 3 comma 4 is also not a subarray of array 1 2 3 4. Okay, now let's see how we have to solve the question. First I will tell how to solve the question, then after that I'll tell you the intuition. Okay, so for solving this question I am basically taking sum is equal to 0, a variable initializing with 0, and I will increment the sum if num psi is equal to 1, and I will decrement the sum if num psi is equal to 0. Okay, so what will be the sum values? At 0th index 1 is coming, so I will increment sum, so sum value will be 1. At first index 0 is coming, so I will decrement the sum. At second index again 0 is coming, I will again decrement the sum. At third index 1 is coming, so I will increment the sum. So these values will be there at particular index. What will these values, some values will be like this at every index. Okay, so like this. Okay, so now what we can do that for every sum value, for every unique sum value, we will insert that sum value into our map. We are taking a map like this, and what we can do, we will insert we will insert every sum value in the map, and its key value will be its index. Okay, so first time when sum is equal to 1 will come, so we will insert 1 into our map, and its index, the index at which it is coming is 0. Okay, then 0 is coming, at which index it is coming, it is coming at first index. Okay, then -1 is coming, it is coming at which index, it is coming at second index. Okay, then again 0 is coming, sum is equal to 0 is coming. Okay, so 0 is already present in our map. So what we can do that we are taking a max variable, and what basically in max variable we will store the maximum difference between the current index and the index value which is present in the map. Okay, so in max what we can say, since 0 is present in the map, so its current index is 3, and the index and the value in which at the index which is present in the map is 1. Okay, so max value will be 2, because initially we will take max is equal to 0, so now max is equal to 2 because 2 is greater than 0. Okay, then 1 is coming, so 1 is already present in our map, so we will subtract 4 minus 0, so now our current max value will be 4. Okay, then 0 again is coming, and 0 is present in our map. Okay, so we will subtract 5 minus 1, which is 4. So our max was earlier 4 only, so it will not be updated. Okay, then -1 is coming, and we will subtract 6 from 2, so it is 4. Then we will subtract 7 from 1, which is 6. So now max has increased from 4 to 6. Okay, now 1 is coming, so 1 is at 0, so 8 minus 0 is equal to 8, so max is equal to 8. Okay, now let's see what will be the maximum length of the contiguous array with equal number of 0 and 1. Okay, so we can see that if we take this subarray, so in this the number of zeros are 4 and the number of ones are also 4. Okay, so the maximum length is 8, in this is 8. Okay, so which is present in our max variable. So basically at last we will print value of max. Okay, we will print the value of max, which is 8. Now what's the intuition behind this algorithm? We can say that, for example, we are taking a subarray. Okay, initially sum is equal to 0, and we are incrementing the sum if num I is equal to 1, and we are decrementing the sum if num I is equal to 0. Okay, so initially sum is equal to 0, and at first index sum is equal to 1. Okay, we will insert it into our map, and then again 0 will come. Okay, so actually 0 is a special case for sum. I will explain it to you later. Now take let some other sum value. For example, -1 is coming. Okay, so -1 is not present in our sub array, so we will insert it into our map. Then again 0 is coming. Okay, so 0 is coming, and earlier 0 has came because 0 is present in our map, and now 0 has again came. So what we can say, that from first index to third index there will be a values in which number of ones will be equal to number of zeros, because for ones we are incrementing the array, incrementing the sum, sorry, and for 0 we are decrementing the sum. Okay, so since the earlier sum which has came now again, so there will be a sum of values in between those two sums whose sum will be 0. Okay, I'll show you. For example, from first to fourth index, okay, from first to fourth index, no sorry, from first to third index. Okay, from first to third index, after first a sum is coming which is 0 plus 1, okay, so we are first decrementing and then again we are incrementing the sum. So basically its sum will be 0. So the sum which will be present at first index, again it will come at fourth index. You are getting it? Oh sorry, it will again come at third index. You are getting it? So that's why 0 is coming again, because the sum between these indexes is equal to 0. Okay, so now we will see that whenever the sum which has earlier came is coming again, then it means that the sum between those two indexes will be 0. For example, let's take this one, and let's take this one. Okay, so 1 is coming at this position and 1 is again coming. So what does it mean? It means that 1 is coming at this position and again 1 is coming at this position in the sum. So what it does, it mean that the value of these will be equal to 0. Why? See, since sum of and the number of zeros are 4 and number of ones are also 4, so basically what we are doing plus 4 in sum, and then again we are doing minus 4. So total value of sum which will be changed is equal to 0. So that's why it means that since it will consist of same number of zeros and same number of ones. Okay, because sum is repeating. So if the sum is repeating, then what does it mean? That in between this subarray the sum will be 0. What is the meaning of sum will be 0? Sum will be 0, that the number of ones will be equal to the number of zeros. Okay, I think you must have got this explanation. Now let's come to the solution part, that how we have to do this solution, how we have to write the solution. Okay, so this is my C++ solution. In this I have taken sum is equal to 0 and max is equal to 0, and I am taking an ordered map named as MP. Now we will iterate through the map. Okay, and according to my explanation, we will decrement the sum if we are getting 0, and else we are incrementing the sum. Okay, so yeah, for sum is equal to, actually I have to explain, I have forgotten about this. So since initially sum will be 0, so whenever, for example, here we will see initially sum is equal to 0. Okay, then sum is equal to 1, and then first index sum is equal to again 0. So what does it mean? It means that initially we are having some 0 and again we are getting 0. So so basically the sum between those indexes, let's say we are having sum at -1th index. Okay, it's imaginary, but let's say we are having this. Okay, at 0 we are -1 index, and again 0 is coming at first index. So what is the meaning? It means that the sum of these values is equal to 0. Okay, sum of these values is equal to 0. So we can see that sum of these values is equal to 0 only because first we are incrementing the sum at 0th index, and again we are decrementing the index at first index. So sum change will be equal to 0. Okay, so what I have done in this solution, that whenever we are getting the sum 0, we will whenever we are getting the sum 0, basically the part of that subarray will be equal to the I plus 1 length. Okay, why? Let's see. For example, we are getting 0 at first index. So what will be the length of the subarray? Length of the subarray will be 1 plus 1 is equal to 2. Okay, so in this we are getting 0. Okay, we are getting 0. So what will be the answer of the what will be the length, maximum length of subarray? It will be 3 plus 1 4. Why? See, take this subarray 1 are coming 1 plus 1 is coming 2 times and 0 is also coming 2 times, so the change in the sum will be 0. Okay, so initially it is 0 and again it is coming 0. Okay, so what will be the length of the subarray? Length of the subarray will be I plus 1. So for 0 I am taking directly the length of the subarray as I plus 1, and for other cases, for example, okay, if we are getting sum is equal to 0, I am directly taking the answer as I plus 1. And for other sums, we will first check whether it is present it in our map or not. If it is present in our map, then we will find that at which index it is present, and we will check whether it is greater than max or not. So max value will be updated like this: mx is equal to max of mx comma I minus mp of sum. Okay, we have discussed earlier, that I will be the correct index and mp of sum will be the index at which earlier the sum was coming. Okay, so if the sum is present in our map, then we have to update our max, but if the sum is not present in our map, then we have to insert it into our map. Okay, so this condition is basically inserting the sum value as a key and I as the key value in our map. Okay, so after whole iteration we will return our answer which is stored in our mx. Okay, so let's discuss Java solution. So in Java solution, basically the approach is same, but a little bit in it's little different in syntax. Okay, so we are taking map. Okay, it's named as mp only, and same way we are decrementing sum for 0 and incrementing sum for 1, and for sum is equal to 0 we are directly taking the length of the subarray as I plus 1, and for the values which are present in our map, we will checking whether it is greater than max or not, and if it is greater than max, then we are updating the max, and otherwise if the sum is not present in our map, then we are updating we are basically inserting that sum value and index value into our map, and at last we are returning the max. Okay, so thank you for this I am going to end this video. So if you like this video, please like, share and subscribe, and if you faced any difficulties in my if you face any difficulties in my video, please write it in the comment section. I will definitely reply to that. Okay, thank you, bye.